Hello everyone, this is the Prussian Prince. So within our Total War Attila tournament match cast, this is the North American Flash tournament number 10 final match between Poccopacs of FG and Houseplant of Wolf Clan. In this first game, it is a best of 3 by the way, and in this first game we have Poccopacs in command of the Huns and Houseplant is the Jutes. Now for the rules of the tournament, well, we have the normal map pool, woodlands, plains, and swamp. Both players are the attacker players. On top of the bracket chooses faction first as well as map. Each faction can only be used once until the finals, and mirror matchups are allowed. DLC factions allowed if both players have the DLC. Now it's a max 6 of the same unit, max 6 cav, general not included, max 2 skirmish cav, and it does not count towards the total cav cap, however the horse archer gen does. Max 5 bikes, no artillery, no boxing, no red line camping. So yeah, let's go in slow motion as I go over the build. So first I'm gonna go over Poccopacs' build, who is again the Jutes. He has, let's see over here, where's his composition? Where's his general, I mean? We see the Step Chieftain General with Brace. Then we have 2 of these Hunnic mounted bows on the far left. Looks like 4 step bows in total. And as you can see, 3 ore warriors on each flank, it seems. No. Okay, we have 3 ore warriors on the right, 1 is bronze 1, and then we have a single ore warrior on the left, vanilla, and then 3 chosens. 2 of them are bronze 1. Now for the cav contingent, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bronze 1 step cataphracts. So just like Yokesh cav, shock cav for the Huns, nothing too insane. But yeah, that's pretty interesting composition for the Huns here. I mean, this does allow them to take a lot more wars. So 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 3. That's 7 wars in total. Like that's an insane amount of wars. Now for Houseplant, who is the Jutes, let's see. We see that he has Nordic Raider, Bronze 3 General with Brace. Cavalry wise, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Horse Lords, as one would expect. Skirmisher wise, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these Nordic Hurlers. We see also a couple of Nordic Band, interesting choice, pretty good. We have 2 Nordic Band in total, and this one is killing off this Hunnic mounted bow, so that's very important, and it's very impressive actually that it can do that. It's already being very cost efficient. For the infantry line though, we have a bunch of these Huskarls, looks like 6 Huskarls as you would expect, a single Nordic Spearman, and that would be all for the build of the Jutes here. And as you can see here, these Nordic bands being very annoying and killing almost half this Hunnic mounted bow unit. That is very, very impressive indeed. Let's just fast forward until more things happen here. Let's see. More happening here as well. Nordic bands coming back, but still, this has been a massive waste for the Huns so far with these mounted bows. Like they're wasting arrows onto these Nordic band, and not only that, but this unit's half strength, less than half strength, even 29 out of 60. So that's not looking good for the Huns at the moment, I would say. Even the hurlers coming and trying to do some damage but not doing anything. Shattered this Nordic band. I guess that's not bad, but the thing is that they're so cheap, and look at the ammo of these guys, pretty much very low. I mean, if they can be routed, that would be great. As you can see here, this Hunnic mounted bow trying to annoy the hurlers. As you can see, it's doing a great job as they are not allowed to fire right now. And this Nordic band is gonna get routed very nicely, and some nice rear shots finally by these Hunnic mounted bows, hitting both the Horse Lords and the Huskarls here. So that's very good. Some skirmishing going on here, but as you can see, the step bow is not pulling back, and they are allowing the hurlers to shoot into the step cataphracts. Just look at these step cataphracts just going down. That's a massive mistake by the Huns that they are allowing these units to do that. And same thing over here. Just look, both of these units are at like 40 men left. I mean, the Huns should have pulled back their infantry and their cavalry as soon as they saw the hurlers move up, and even potentially the steppe bows just to continue kiting, but that was not the case. Here, as you can see, the horse lords engaging the Hunnic mounted bows. That is very, very well done. Here, as you can see, the hurlers going into melee against steppe bows. I guess that's not too bad, because killing the skirmishers of the Huns is more important. And here come the horse lords of the Jutes. There's gonna be engagement very soon here. However, this Hunnic mounted bow could go for a rear charge on the Huskarls, but it decided against it. Now it's going to, but I think it might be too late. These Huskarls, as you can see, taking a decent amount of damage though, due to the rear volleys here. This hurler coming back. Still, this melee engagement here happening, but I mean, it's just skirmishers, so it's gonna take some time for that to finish. This rear charge here did not happen. Instead, the unit got destroyed by horse lords. So this unit, not really worth it. Even though it looks like it has a lot of kills, they're not worth it. Decent cav charge here by the steppe cataphracts, doing very well here. But ooh, this unit trying to get into the Huskarls, but they are nicely rapid advancing over there. As you can see here, the steppe cataphracts trying to go for the Huskarls, but I mean, there's just infantry here supporting these units. I mean, this mounted bow goes in for a charge, it hits the Huskarl and does a lot of that. I'm amazed at how much damage just a couple of guys did on the charge, wow. But this charge is going to just destroy those Huskarls. That's a very good charge into the infantry here. And now these Oors should go in, but this chosen Oor instead gets charged as well. Nice cav charge here into the general of the Jutes, however. As you can see here, I believe these steppe cataphracts actually, they're doing very well for themselves here. As you can see, both of them. And now this side is not looking very good for the Jutes at all. But these Oors here gonna soon die in melee when the Huskarls come into play. But a lot of the Huskarls have gone down, and this steppe cataphract doing very well for itself right now. Gonna wrap this whole flank for the Jutes. That's an amazing accomplishment. But here's gonna be a nice cav charge with this horse lord straight into the chosen Oor warrior. Now the Huskarls coming in. One of them looks like it's gonna go for this Oor warrior, but no, it doesn't do that. This horse lord has not charged in properly, so these units are pushing through, and now this horse lord gonna take damage as it pulls out. The general, the Jutes might actually engage. No, he's not going to engage, and that's a smart choice because he's very low in terms of numbers. If he dies, it could be pretty bad. Horse lords here going to go up against steppe cataphracts. Good formation for the horse lords, but still now the Huskarls is gonna come in. And they're going to do a lot of damage, but they should have actually just charged into the Oors. I think that would have been the best choice here. The general of the Jutes is engaging. I am not sure about that choice. I think that's not the best choice. But here, as you can see, these Huskarls just tanking it out very well here against all these units. Huskarls here doing insane job too. But as you can see, this flank of the Jutes is basically getting demolished. Steppe bows here gonna get attacked by this Nordic spearman, and they're gonna go down. But more Huskarls left on the field. As you can see, the Jutes completely lost the right flank. And, I mean, yeah, they're gonna win on their left flank because these two units will destroy the archers here and such. But then, they have all these units to go through, which is gonna take a long time. Whereas, the Huns, I don't know why they're not moving in right now, and this spearman is just gonna go down to the chosen Oor. I mean, these cavalries are already free. They can come in for the Huns and just destroy the rest of the enemy. However, this horse lord is also free, and it's gonna go in for a nice rear charge onto these Oors. But I wonder if it's gonna be enough though. And these Huskarls here, as you can see, just doing insanely well against Oors. But this horse lord going to do quite well in prolonged melee against the steppe cataphracts. That is for sure. As you can see here, this Oor warrior got routed, but I mean, there's not enough here for the Jutes, as you can see. Nice cav charge here by the steppe cataphracts straight into the Huskarls, doing a lot of damage. Still more units here alive for the Huns, just way more than the Jutes at this point. And this should be game. Let's just zoom in and enjoy the graphics. Some close-ups. Yeah, very, very interesting game, and very action-packed. And as you can see, well, as you could see, I should say, just a lot of cavalry charges happened onto infantry, which is what decided the game here. I mean, the Huskarls, plenty of them got charged by steppe cataphracts, which is what I think just assured the victory of the Huns. But anyway, that is game 1, going to the Huns of Poccopacs. I shall see you in game 2. The second game of the match, currently 1-0 to Poccopacs, or for Poccopacs, I should say. Now we have Poccopacs as the Alans and houseplant in command of the Eastern Roman Empire. So I'm gonna go over the builds as soon as we actually get into the game, that is, which could take some time. Well, not a lot of time. Alright, so here we go. Slow motion, and let's see what we have. So, for the Alans, Celani General with fast charge. Interesting. Then we have, let's see, 3 Nobolani Cav on each flank, as you would expect. Looks like they're all bronze too. Then you have 3 of these Germanic hurlers up front, 3 Germanic archers in the back here, 3 Germanic pikes behind the hurlers. They're all bronze 1. On the right we have 2 of these elite Agathyrsi warriors, bronze 1. On the left, 2 elite Agathyrsi warriors, bronze 1. Now for the Eastern Romans, we have the Magister Militant bronze 3 general with brace. We have 2 Equites Promodi on the left with this Contari. On the right flank, 2 Equites Promodi with a Contari. Skirmisher wise, we have 5 Funditores for the Eastern Romans. An interesting choice here in the center. 4 of these Protectores Domestici, I guess, just to be like the center, because they can do okay in the center, whereas the Hetereas are on the flanks, as you can see. 2 Heterea guards on each flank. So this is a pretty standard Roman composition. The only thing that's East Rome, that is. The only thing that's a little bit strange could be these Contari. You would expect more Equites Promodi or Clibonari or something, or Tagmaras, but not Contari. That is quite peculiar. But anyway, let's fast forward as we've gone over both of the builds. So here we go. Could have a quick engagement here. As you can see, the pikes actually getting focused, or the archers. No, it is the pikes. The hurlers don't give a... I mean, they don't really care about these Funditores. The Funditores don't care about the hurlers, my bad. They're just targeting those pikes. And as you can see here, though, the Funditores are going down very quickly to these hurlers, as they are so... I mean, they're so far up that they just get destroyed by point-blank fire by those hurlers. Now the hurlers are pulling back. The Germanic archers can just rout all of these Funditores now. And that was a pretty good charge by the Nobolani, killing 15, not losing anything. And now we have Flaming Shot onto this Equites Promodi, so already the Alans are taking a bit of a lead here. Ooh, the Equites Promodi here gonna get focused so heavily by all these archers and taking so much damage. As you can see, it's down to 58 and taking more and more damage as it pulls away. That is not good for the Eastern Romans. However, the Funditores are still alive and they're gonna push up. These pikes are now taking some damage. Something important to note, but now Funditores again getting focused by these Germanic archers. The Germanic archers are just being so frustrating for the Eastern Romans to deal with right now. As you can see, the Funditores are routing off the field, but here come the Protectores Domestici. Head on into Germanic pikes now. You would think that this is a bad idea, but actually it's not such a bad idea, because Protectores Domestici, they are heavy, and these the pikes are just gonna go down very quickly to the Protectores. This is a very cost-effective engagement for the Eastern Romans, because they're just gonna be able to plow through these pikes without taking too many losses. They're just very heavy melee infantry, so they have no problems doing that, really. As you can see, just pushing through these spikes. It's going to take some time before they kill them, but they're going to be able to beat those spikes for sure. As you can see, the Equites Promodi trying to skirmish over here, but I mean, this push by the East Romans, as you can see, the hurlers and all these units are doing so much damage. Now, if we could have a cav charge onto these Hetereas, that would be massive. Oh, very nice cav charge here by the Contari into the elite Agathyrsi warriors. However, this unit gonna get into the Hetereas as well as the cav, so again, they're just trading blows here. However, the elite Agatharsi here are doing a very good job. They're going to kill these units as they are supported. However, this flank should be pulled back by the Alans because their elite Agatharsi are not in position. Oh, the Hatria is going to come around and just wrap this flank very quickly. As you can see, as I said, Protectorus broke through the center. These are just Germanic pikes. Very nice rear charge here by the Noble Lani Cav into the rear of these Hatrias though. This Lani General pushing up, trying to probably go for a charge onto this Protectorus, I'm guessing. But these flanking charges doing so much damage to the elite Agatharsi. Yes, Protectorus are not in great shape, especially due to the flaming shot. But as you can see here, the Ectus Promoti did some weird things against the Noble Lani Cavalry here, as you can see. But it's not looking great for the Alans on this flank, but it's looking pretty good for them on this flank, I should say. The elite Agatharsi warriors are going to be able to beat both of these Hatrias, considering how low they are in number. Not if this general comes around though, the Master Militum, and does his work. He's killing these elite Agatharsi right now. As you can see here, this is a massive loss here for the Alans. Just these Hatrias are just doing so much damage. As you can see, already up to like 50 kills. This Hatria is up to 11 kills, but it's against Cav, so it's very worth it. Lani General coming around, so if it goes for a rear charge onto this Hatria guard, going to do massive damage. Thing about it though is that it's just potentially gonna die after, so it's a bit of a rough choice to make. As you can see, the Hater is here gonna go down. However, Noble Lani Cav still on the field. This Master Militum getting focused down, so he's gonna take a lot of damage from these Germanic archers. But still, elite Agatharsi warriors coming back again. However, just these Hateria guards, you just cannot kill them without Cav charges. And if these Cav units were not engaged, I think we would have, the center would have collapsed here for the Eastern Romans. But this unit is just gonna kill all these 3 units and continue pushing forward. As you can see, the Cav pulling out, but here a nice rear charge onto the Haterias. Here, however, on this flank, as you can see, the Master Militum just changing the course of this flank. Now the Haterias will rout indeed, but still, just a lot of units going down for the Alans here. I mean, the Protectorus here and the Haterias should still be able to beat those Noble Lani. Lani General here looks like they're actually going to be able to destroy this flank of the Eastern Romans, but right now the Eastern Romans, they have more units on the field than the Alans. Germanic archers trying to focus down the Master Militum. And this flank is wavering for the East Romans, but Headhunt is potentially going to change that. Ectus Promoti routing off the field, but the Alani General still alive and well. Pulling out of the fight though, which is very strange. If they get a Cav charge off onto this Ectus Promoti, it would be massive. But now the Master Militum gonna kill both of the Germanic archers here and should just do massive work. In the center though, as you can see here, Hatria is still on the field. Noble Lani Cav are here too, but Hatria is just staying strong. Alani General gonna go for a Cav charge, but at this point it's looking really bad for the Alans. Yes, some nice point blank shots into the Master Militum, but right now just not a lot of units left on the field for the Alans. So let's just zoom in for a little bit. Watch the Alani General here destroy these skirmishers, the Funitoris. Right now, it's just not looking good at all for the Alans. I mean, just not a lot of units left. I mean, I would go as far as saying that the game is over, and indeed it is over. Ogre. So let's look at stats. As you can see for Poccopacs, Elite Agatharsi, some of them getting a lot of kills, but they were killing Protectorus Domestici, so I'd say that none of the Elite Agatharsi warriors got cost effective here. The Hurlers really did a number on the Funitoris, so that was pretty impressive. Noble Lani did okay-ish, but if we look at Eastern Romans, the Kantari should not have done that much damage. They just killed Elite Agatharsi warriors, which was massive. And Haterias, well, it's Haterias, so surprisingly they didn't get as many kills as you would expect, but the thing is, they killed cavalry, and they killed Elite Agatharsi warriors, so very expensive units that they killed. And Protectorus even doing very well. I mean, they just killed Germanic pikes, so frontally, and that's kind of like what they're good at. So I probably wouldn't even bring pikes as the Alans against Eastern Romans, knowing that Eastern Romans can bring Protectorus, which can just neutralize your pikes, and your pikes are not going to be able to do anything against them, I think. Maybe unless you support with Elite Agatharsi. If you do that, it might work okay. Who knows. But anyway, that is game 2. Currently 1 apiece, so I'll see you in the tiebreaker. This is the tiebreaker of the match between Poccopacs and Houseplant. Here we have Poccopacs in command with the Jutes, and Houseplant is the leader of the Huns. So I'm gonna go over the build very soonish. As soon as we're loaded in, that is. So here we go. Slow motion time, and here we go. For the Jutes, we have Nordic Warlord General. Interesting choice over Nordic Raid Leader. I guess it's slightly tankier. Brace on it, on the General. Then we have, of course, 6 Nordic Horse Lords, as you would expect. Then we have 6 Royal Huskarls, not the regular Huskarls, so they're not as cost effective, but they are slightly better than the regular Huskarls as well. But let's see, 4 of these Nordic hurlers, very nice. And what else do we have? Well, 3 Warhounds. So yeah, pretty decent setup here for the Jutes. I honestly would have preferred the Raid Leader for an extra axe unit, but oh well. Now let's look at the Huns. Steppe Chieftain Silver 3 with Brace. Then what do we have? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these Steppe bows up front. Cavalry contingent, 3 Steppe Cataphracts on each of the flanks. Then we have this Bosphorus Warrior Bronze 1 in the center. How many Ore Warriors do we have? Also 2 Ores Bronze 1 in the center. On the right, we see 2 Ore Warriors Bronze 1 and a Chosen Ore. On the left, 2 Ore Warriors Bronze 1 and again a Chosen Ore. Interesting build here for the Huns, indeed. So let's see what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a skirmish engagement, but hurlers are gonna beat Steppe bows, especially if they get there so quickly. I mean, this is pretty good engagement for the hurlers. Loose formation, shooting at these Steppe bows, some nice focus fire, as you can see. Doing it the proper way, because had these units been targeting this unit, they would have like been turning around awkwardly and not getting their shots off. So good micro with these hurlers, I should say. I mean, the way you should be doing it. These 2 Steppe bows are both just dying right now, as they should be, to the hurlers. But yeah, let's fast forward a little bit, because the skirmish engagement is going on and it's not really what you want to see. So yeah, that unit is routed. Next Steppe bow.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat. Their unit has rallied.
So yeah, the hurlers are out of ammo, whereas the bows aren't. So that could be something. But the Jutes should go in soon, because I mean they're gonna have to rush. They have the Warhounds though, and now as you can see, very nice. I like this move by the Jutes here, just pulling back the right flank and going for engagement here. But the Warhounds have been released. However, slightly mistimed, I feel, because now these Steppe Cataphracts can actually get their charge off. Just that these guys not getting the best charge off, so this is a pretty weird engagement for the Huns. But oh, they get a charge onto this Horse Lord. I don't think this Horse Lord had an attack order. Here we see the Warhounds going in and killing these Steppe bows. As for the engagement here, ooh, this is not great by the Jutes. Steppe Cataphracts get a charge on both the skirmishers and the cavalry. Cavalry should have honestly waited a little bit further behind to go for their charge. But oh well, still wasn't the best charge, it seems. However, the engagement was over here. As you can see, the Jutes just pushing through heavily, and now this Ore Warrior gonna go down. These units also getting destroyed by the Jutes. Here, as you can see, more Huskarls coming in, but the right flank of the Huns, of the Jutes, is going to go down thanks to this Steppe Cataphract that could go around and rear charge, but it's not doing that right now. It's being mismicroed. It looks like it's finally going to go for it though. Steppe Chieftain going into the center. This is a little bit risky against Huskarls. We're going to do a lot of damage on the charge though. And as you can see, this flank is not going to be turned around by the Huns. Unless these Cataphracts get an excellent charge off, but it looks like the Cataphracts here just did not much. Horse Lords being pulled out nicely. However, as you can see, as I was saying, This flank went for the Huns, as you would expect, but nice scav charge here by the Horse Lords, getting into both of these units, actually. And here, this is exactly where you'd want the Huskarls, just tanking it out against all these different units. Left flank, as I was saying, went the way of the Jutes due to that nice initial engagement. Nice scav charge here against these Ors, but oh, this scav unit gonna go down to the Steppe Chieftain. This is not looking great in the center for the Jutes, and I mean the Huns had more infantry than the Jutes, so they can afford to, I guess, kind of like waste units. But here though, ooh, the Steppe Cataphracts here are actually gonna die to the Horse Lords in prolonged melee. These Huskarls coming around, so as you can see, the Jutes did win on that flank, but they lost. I mean, they were winning on the right, but they lost in the center. I mean, this is kind of a weird game, as you can see here. But these Huskarls, they routed with 33 men left, despite the fact that the general is still on the field. So you don't really see that too often, especially because it's Royal Huskarls that have insane morale. This Horse Lord hanging in there, but it's gonna go down to the Ors. And nice camp charge here by the Steppe Cataphracts into the rear of these Huskarls. Could potentially seal the deal for the Jutes here, or rather for the Huns, I guess. Make more sense. So yeah, Ors here destroying the Huskarls. No, they're not gonna win in melee against the Huskarls, but they got a pretty decent charge off onto them. Especially with the Steppe Chieftain support, it's gonna go the way of the Huns on this flank, and the Huns could be, yeah, they're gonna. They might actually simply end up winning on this flank as well, from what I'm seeing. So you can see all these units of the Huns here just won against the Jutes. This Horse Lord gonna engage, but it's just gonna die. I mean, it's holding off all these units, but it just cannot do that for long. And let's just zoom in here as the Bosphorus Warrior and the Ors engage the Nordic Warlord, because the Nordic Warlord is just gonna go down. There we go. Warlord routed off the field, and that rear charge by the Steppe Cataphracts just finishing it off there. And looks like Houseplant is going to take the victory here. So we made a comeback against Poccopacs in this series, but some very nice games that both of these players showed. Very, very interesting. Wow, look at these Huskarls for Poccopacs. A lot of them getting a decent amount of kills, but one not doing so. And Horse Lords not doing as much as you would hope. Steppe Cataphracts doing very well, considering that they're pretty cheap. But anyway, that is the match. So I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I shall see you next time. And congratulations to Houseplant.